Are you confused by Thai Baht or not sure whether to use card or cash or where to exchange your cash when traveling Thailand? This quick guide will save you from rookie mistakes and maybe even a few scams. And hey, if it's your first Thailand trip, grab our free cheat sheet link in the description below. Thailand's official currency is Thai Baht, abbreviated as THB. There are both coins and bills in various denominations. The current bills include for coins you will find. You might also occasionally come across 25 and 50 satang coins when shopping at supermarkets in the mall, for example. However, these smaller satang coins aren't really popular anymore. For example, if you are buying street food or eating at local restaurants, they don't use satang coins at all nowadays. To give you an idea, 20 baht is like 2 quarters, about 60 cents, and 1000 baht is around 30 bucks. The current rate, $1 equals 32.5 baht. So you will mostly be using 20, 50, and 100 for everyday stuff. So here are some insider tips on how to get the best bang for your buck when exchanging money in Thailand. Obviously, the exchange rates here in Thailand are probably gonna be way better than what you would get back home, since there's not much demand for Thai Baht in your country. So here's what we would recommend. Bring cash from your home country, but one thing you have to keep in mind is exchanging money at the airport can have worse rates and you will end up losing some money. So where should you go instead? For us, the absolute best place to exchange money is Super Rich. Even as locals use them to exchange to other currency when we are preparing for international trip. You might be confused why there are two different colored Super Rich stores, orange and green brand. Don't worry about it though. You can use either one since they are basically the same and both are legit. They are actually owned by the same family who just split into 2 brands later on. You can check out their branch location on their main website. What I love about Super Rich is that they have locations in shopping mall like Emporium or even some BTS SkyTrain station like Prampong Station, which is super convenient. They even have a branch at Suvarnabhumi Airport, so if you need cash right when you land, you can exchange there. Sure, the rate might be slightly worse than there are other branches, but if you're not exchanging a ton of money, the difference won't be that significant. And here's the thing, I have gotten tons of comments on our Instagram from travelers who swear by even better rates at other places. In touristy areas like Nana or Chinatown, there are loads of exchange shops competing with each other, so they offer really competitive rates. People in the comment mentioned places like Siam Exchange and Vasu. You can totally walk around these areas and shop around for the best rates. Or if you are not a fan of carrying around a bunch of cash, or you just don't have enough on hand, you can totally use your credit card to withdraw Thai Baht from ATMs here. Just a heads up though, we would definitely recommend letting your bank back home know that you are traveling internationally and might need to make some withdrawals. Otherwise, they may freeze your card thinking it's a fraud. The downside is you have to pay bank fees for this. We have put together all the ATM withdrawal fees for different Thai banks, so you know what to expect. On average, you are looking about 75 to 220 baht per transaction, and you can usually withdraw a maximum of 20 to 30 grand baht per transaction. Now that you know how to get Thai Baht, using cash in Thailand is definitely the easiest way to get by. Cash is still king in Thailand. Even though after 2020, Thailand became way more of a cashless society, but that's mainly through using QR code scan payment for direct bank transfers, which you'd need a Thai bank account to do so. Alternatively, you could take your cash and exchange it at Kasikorn Bank's foreign exchange booth to load money onto a Tag Thai app from the Tourism Authority of Thailand. That way you can transfer payment to shops just like locals do. But we gotta tell you, when you are traveling outside of Bangkok to other provinces, there are still some places that only take cash. Or when you need to use a public restroom at Jatuchak Market, for example, you will still need coins to pay before you can get in. Speaking of using cash in Thailand, if you are worried about whether you can use big bills like 1,000 baht bills everywhere, the answer is yes, you definitely can. But sometimes vendors genuinely don't have change for you, or they might try to scam you by saying they don't have change just so they can pocket your money. But don't stress about it. We break big bills all the time and never worry about it. Just buy something at a convenience store like 7-Eleven or a grocery store in the mall. They will definitely have a change for you. You might be thinking, well, why not just use a credit card then? But what we said earlier about cash being king in Thailand is totally true. Only certain stores accept credit cards, and they usually have minimum purchase requirements too. Plus, smaller shops might even charge you for extra fees for using a card. The places that do take credit cards are mostly shops in malls or fancier restaurants, like fine dining spots. And most of them now have minimum spends of 500 or 1,000 baht before you can pay with a card. Even 7-Eleven now requires a minimum of 200 baht if you want to pay with credit. But like we mentioned before, if you really don't want to carry cash around with you, you'd have to use that Thai app from the Tourism Authority of Thailand. For us personally though, we think you need to decide whether it's worth it. Having to exchange your money into Thai Baht first just to load it onto the system might be a lot of extra steps. Plus, you might get worse exchange rates since you can only do the transaction through one specific bank. The rate probably won't be as good as those money exchange booths we mentioned earlier, but it's really gonna come down to your personal preference. So think it over and see what works best for you. The last thing that a lot of people might want to know is, can you use Apple Pay in Thailand? The answer is kind of. There was never an official rollout here, but we have actually heard from people who use Apple Pay daily in Thailand. They said it works pretty much everywhere that accepts contactless payments, but there's just no Apple Pay branding or logo like you would see for Visa, MasterCard back home. People said the thing is, staff often have no clue what you are talking about if you ask to pay with Apple Pay. But if you just say tap to pay, they will totally get it and know what to do. We haven't actually tried this ourselves, so definitely test it out at your own risk. Maybe try using it for a small payment first. Thailand is a beautiful and largely safe country for tourists, but like any country, there are always a few bad apples. First, scam around money you need to watch out for is a classic. Even among locals like us, we get this all the time. Basically, a vendor says they don't have change for you. Well, maybe they actually don't. But one more thing to be cautious of, make eye contact when handing over money. Say the amount out loud, for example, 1,000 baht, to make sure you are both aligned in what types of bills you hand out. And if they don't have change, go to the nearby 7-Eleven and buy something to get your smaller bills to pay them. Next is fake banknotes scam. You can see it on the news every now and then, but it doesn't seem to be overly common. At least as a local, we have never experienced this ever. The scammer tend to hit the business with a large amount of money. I guess that's why in everyday life we hardly witnessed it. But overall, as a tourist, you should learn the basic features of real Thai currency. Look for the watermark, metallic thread, and details like that. And if you have any other Thailand money questions, leave them in the comments below. We love to hear from you. Don't forget to follow us for more first summer Thailand travel tips every week. Until next time, สวัสดีค่ะ